And we begin with details about an unprecedented global computer outage. This error message, the so-called blue screen of death, has been popping up on screens across the U.S. and around the globe. And it's all because of a routine software update involving a Texas-based cybersecurity company known as Crowdstrike. Now, Microsoft says the issue has been fixed, but the impact is still being felt right now. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, everybody. I'm Corey Smith.
And I'm Priscilla Casper. Really, everything from banks and airlines to hospitals, governments, and media were all affected. Ground stops were issued by major airlines, leading to long lines all over the world for passengers. And the outage has really many of us thinking, just how does something routine cripple computers all over the world? At this hour, we have live team coverage for you with every single angle covered that we could. We begin with NBC 10's Jeff Saperstone with a closer look at how this all happened.
A lot of computer monitors around the world look like this morning, a blue screen with a sad face. The company responsible for this massive outage says it wasn't a security incident or a cyber attack. So what was it?
So, Jeff, this is really a big mess, to be honest.
Steve Zaromsky putting this morning's massive global tech outage in blunt terms. He's the vice president of information technology at Bridgewater State. Cybersecurity company Crowdstrike says this morning's failure was a result of a routine update gone wrong. Their software is installed on Microsoft Windows clients around the world.
And the software is designed to prevent cyber attacks and malicious activity happening on those devices.
But the update, Zaromsky says, caused Microsoft cloud computing systems to crash, bringing up that dreaded blue screen.
It's a fairly routine update. I mean, we do these things all of the time, but unfortunately, this one caused a major incident that's infecting millions of people.
Zaromsky says what made this more complicated is that the repair can only be done with a manual update.
What technicians are having to do, at least as of now, is manually go to each workstation, boot it into what's called safe mode, which is basically a diagnostic mode, delete the file that's causing the device to crash, and then reboot.
This morning on Today, Crowdstrike apologized for the outage.
We're deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies.
Crowdstrike is actually a very reputable company. They have a suite of cybersecurity products. Unfortunately, this one got the best of them.
So what do you think we can learn from this?
Customers need to be prepared in the event that there is a global update or a major update like this, how they're going to recover from it. So make sure you dust off those incident response plans and be ready when something happens.
Jeff Saperstone, NBC 10 Boston.
As you would imagine, this outage has been wreaking havoc on hospitals here in Massachusetts. Emergency and critical care is still taking place, but a lot of elective surgeries and appointments have been put off. NBC 10's John Maroney joins us live near the hospitals in the Longwood section of Boston with the update. John?
Corey, it has been a real scramble for the medical community, not to mention those patients who found themselves without appointments this morning.
We're way up north on almost to the Canadian border.
Doreen Richards drove more than 4 hours for an appointment at MGH, only to have her doctor's office call to cancel because of this latest high-tech meltdown.
She said, "Your appointment's canceled." I said, "What? Is this for real?" She goes, "Yeah, turn on the TV and see."
Hospitals are open for business, but elective surgeries and scheduled appointments have been canceled following the IT failure, which knocked out a number of systems that store patient records and information online.
They took all your information down to reschedule, and hopefully I can get my MRI done ASAP.
It's too much, like this can't be happening, especially when everything relies on technology.
Dozens of hospitals and healthcare operations here in Massachusetts use a network called Epic.
Epic is the only thing we use at Mass General. I know other departments use other systems, but we use Epic only. So it's a big deal that is down.
The clinical impact of the outage on places like BMC and Tufts Medical Center don't seem to be as dramatic, but patients have been told to expect delays.
We rely on these systems for a good reason. They're efficient, they help us get things done, but at the same time, we see how easily they can be affected and things can change so quickly. Kind of reminds us of COVID a little bit.
Now, the problem continues, but the Mass Hospital Association says it's working with the state as well as healthcare providers to try to figure out what went wrong and how to prevent it from happening again. Well, I'm in Boston. John Maroney, NBC 10 Boston.